Good evening, everybody, and welcome back. Now, if you're watching this, this video entry will be several days old, probably, because I haven't got time to edit and upload. Got time to make it, but no time to edit and upload, which is a pity. But still, that's life. Anyway, the reason I won't have time is because tomorrow I'm off to London with my dad. We're going to go see Wimbledon and Walsall playing the League 2 playoff finals at Wembley. And because it's far away from where we are, we're going to spend the night in a travel lodge and come back the next day, which is nice. Now, that isn't why I want to make this video to tell you that I'm going away for one day. What I wanted to do was give you an update on my life, and for some reason, why can I not stop itching suddenly? Seems to be a strange thing, really. When I get nervous, I itch. But I shouldn't be nervous doing this because I've done this so many freaking times. Nope, still itching. And it used to happen when I'm vlogging, making these videos. The walking ones, it doesn't really happen, but it seems to be a recurring theme now to when I spend the night here. Or when I do it here anyway, I should say. But to move on to another subject, I've been thinking lately, as time is approaching fast, about my past and the things I do differently. And I had this thought today: if I could go back in time and repeat it, I would probably avoid every relationship I ever had. You know, just never meet those people, never know they exist, or probably just know they exist, and that's that. Nothing else. And the money and time I wasted could have been spent travelling, seeing places. And you know what? That's really sad. Because if I stopped every one of my relationships from ever happening, then I'd be a 40-year-old virgin, like that film with Steve Carell. Only I wouldn't be meeting another divorced woman who would probably bring me some sort of happiness. It's the only difference. Then again, I like to think, oh, am I kidding? I doubt I would have met other people. If I did, I probably would have been miserable. But anyway, it is a sad thought because I would never have known love, but I'm not too sure I ever really have. Well, I know love because my parents love me. I've had friends in the past, and I've had acquaintances. I'm not sure I've ever really known romantic love. I mean, I've had relationships, but when I look back and the things that happened, which I won't talk about because it doesn't put my ex-partners in a good light. I've always had this thing where I say I would never criticise them too much because, let's face it, I wasn't a great boyfriend, if I'm honest. I wasn't great, but the more I look back, the more I realise I ignored an absolute crap ton of red flags. And by ignored, I mean looked at, saw them, and carried on. Simply because I didn't want to be alone. I mean, I remember my first relationship, which I have mentioned in a previous video. If I'm listening, I should put the title up roughly around here somewhere. So, future Jim, do that for me, please. And I remember the relationship got to a point where it was basically doomed. The relationship wasn't going to go anywhere. They were increasingly more and more unhappy with me. I was increasingly unhappy, but I just refused to let it end. I mean, they could have broken up with me, although they eventually did, but I was scared to end it. Because I thought, you know, first girlfriend, first love, that's it. That's it, no more. You know? So I had this stupid idea that it was romantic, you know, to be with your first partner. You know, and just be with them forever. It's a bizarre thing. Because very few people achieve it. Although actually, I do know someone who's actually done that. I actually know someone who has actually married their childhood sweetheart and they're still happy. So, if you're watching, bloody well done you. But to go back to my previous, as I was, before I got diverted. I was determined to keep it going, even though it was basically a sinking ship. Think of the relationship like the Titanic. We'd hidden the iceberg, we was on one side, and I was refusing to get on the lifeboat because I thought, nope, we're still going to get there in this boat will do it. It's not like the band who played in that film who played on so people would have something to listen to, all the ones that were like, nope, this is it, I'm just going to accept death. I didn't. I carried on because I thought, I'm just going to make it work. Even if I am miserable, I should make it work. Yeah. That made me miserable. And the more I think about it, the more I think I should have really avoided that relationship. But at the same time, I know if I never had that relationship or any of the others, I would be missing valuable life lessons. And I probably could have made those mistakes with other people. But with hindsight, I wish I avoided each single one and went travelling instead. I could have made some better memories. Because I don't have any happy memories of relationships. I mean, what few happy memories I have are soured. They've been soured by knowing the relationship never worked and that person never really liked me. And that is a really depressing thought. I've probably never been loved in a romantic sense. I mean, how does one get past that? How does one get past never being loved? Yes, I will say this now. There are details which I'm not going to get into. There are details I'm omitting here. Okay, that allow me to know that I've led me to conclusion I've never been loved. Which I'm not going to filter because I want to be open with you, but I don't want to be that open. Something's rather sensitive and other stuff, and I'd rather not go into the details, but because I think the details in a way are irrelevant. I have reasons to believe that I was never ever loved, and that in turn gives me reasons to think that I'll never ever be loved, because why would anyone love me? I'm pathetic, really. I mean, I'm 40 years old. I've never had I've had relationships, but as you know, but looking back, each one was a lie. So really, I've had 0 relationships in a way. And I don't know how to react to this anymore. I did say I was going to join a dating website. Which leads me on to another question for myself. How honest do I be on this? Do I literally write down all my problems? Or do I have to try to keep some of it a mystery? Because everyone lies on dating websites. It's like when you make your CV, you lie. You embellish the truth. Make yourself look better than what you are. You don't put down things like, I spent 15 years in that job because I really couldn't be bothered to go elsewhere. Or things like, I got fired from that job because my manager was a bit of an arse. You make yourself look better. Because that's what dating is, really. It's a job interview. You have to present your best person and hope the other person finds it sufficient enough to see you again. And then when you do start dating, you've got the job. I guess marriage would be sort of like a promotion in a way. Forget that. Forget these stupid analogies. It's so important. I stand by my original thing though. Dating is like a job interview. And I've always hated job interviews. I've always sucked at them. Because I've either overdressed, underdressed. I'm either too honest or unhonest. I mean, I remember the first proper date I had with someone. To impress them, I said I was into parkour. Now, I've probably aged myself with that reference. If you don't understand what parkour is, it was the art of running from building to building. People don't talk about it anymore, but I remember there was a time when people done nothing but talk about it. I'll see if I can find some royalty-free video footage of parkour and put it in roughly here, maybe a bit before. You'll hear me talking, but you'll see what it is roughly, just free running. Nobody talks about it anymore. Probably because that was like a 20-year-old thing people done. I think a lot of people pretended to do into parkour because it looked cool and gave you the image of fitness. Not that I was ever fit. So yes, as I was saying, I pretended I was into cool things or stuff that I deemed to be cool enough to be into that would impress people. Of course, it all goes wrong because if any of these dates where I pretended to be in the parkour world, I would have had to at some point shown a proficient level of fitness. And that would have just been humiliating for me. I mean, we all learn though. Because if you're watching, don't lie on dates, people. I mean, don't be too honest that you reveal your whole anxiety on the first date, because it's just a red flag in itself is a big red flag, but don't lie about stupid things. Because eventually it will come back to bite you in the arse. Actually, less shade here. I look more human this side. Now, I am feeling, confidence-wise, I'm feeling pretty good. Because there's some pictures. I put a picture on my Facebook feed last week from taken during my Worthing, the time I walked into the church. I'm sure you remember it. Was it the church? Yes, it was. That video. The title will be appearing on the screen with the thumbnail, so you know which one I mean. There's a picture of me with my hat, my sunglasses. I took a selfie and I was smiling like this. And I thought I looked really good in that photo. And I'll put it on Facebook and I left the caption, if this doesn't do it for you, then just throw away your eyes, because they're not working. And I stand by that. I look pretty good. Though I gotta be careful though, because as good as I look in sunglasses, I also look like the type of guy that's gonna put an angry react to a woman saying, I think I deserve choice. Not that I'm gonna get into politics or anything, but you get the idea. You see estates like that, it's usually full of angry acts by men with sunglasses in the car. Shame really. Because I'd probably look good doing a sort of photo like that. Maybe I should take it back. You know? Stop the image of the angry man and just present the opposite. So that people think people's sunglasses aren't always angry. They're easygoing like I am. In some ways I am very easygoing. But in other ways I'm a big ball of anxiety. A massive lump of it. Yeah. Because I had this idea, honestly, which wasn't, as I said earlier, well, that started the whole chain of thought, but the thing that actually inspired the whole I should go back in time and never date him when I dated and go travelling was, ironically, listening to a guy talk about Finland. A holiday which I really did enjoy. I loved Finland. Probably one of the better holidays. Didn't appreciate it much at the time. But as time goes on, although saying that it was only about 2 years ago, as this last few weeks have gone on, I've thought about it a whole bloody lot. A whole lot. I should go back, I think. Maybe. That leads me into another conundrum I have. Do I go to new places? Or do I go to places I've been, but didn't fully appreciate at the time, but would appreciate now? That's what I did last year when I went to Strasbourg. Although saying now, I didn't fully appreciate it because I still went a bit mad at times. When I kept thinking, why am I on my own? Why can't I travel with someone? I would like a travel companion. That would be nice. I mean, I know I can find someone. I know that. There are people out there who are in a similar mindset to me. Someone who would accept my depression and anxiety that I have, just as part of who I am. They might even be supportive about it, you know? I know somewhere out there is my Linda Belcher, you know? The partner that accepts you for who you are and backs you in your dreams and In return, you love them and be the best person you can, and try to make them happy. You think you won't, but deep down they are happy. You just don't notice it because you're too self-involved in your own stuff. Yeah, I can do this. I know I can. That's why I've got to keep telling myself. If you ever feel like you can't do it, it's okay. Just remind yourself that you can do it. I mean, during a particular length of time ago, I can't remember when exactly, the time will be on the screen right now, I decided to do a vlog and talk about my life experiences, my exercise and my other personal problems. And you know what? I'm still bloody doing it. That's really good. I've got 16 subscribers. One of the last walking video I'd done while I went to that church has got 4 likes. 4! That's really good for me. That makes me really happy. It really does. Makes me so happy. I mean, someone commented that they felt like a loser on one of my other videos. When I say I mean they felt like. And I thought, I understand that. I feel like a loser too. And I sent them a note saying, you know, I can't remember exactly what I said, but I basically confirmed, you know, that life can get better. It can, it really can. Actually, you know what? I'm going to show you the book that inspired me to do this vlog. If I can find it there. Where are you? It's up here somewhere. I know that. No. It's not that one. Is it over here? No, it's not. Okay. Can't find it. But the book was called I Am Awesome. Was it You Are Awesome? One of the two. Let's go through them again. It's called You Are Awesome. If you can see it up there, let me know. That's my book. That's something anyway. It's not that one, not that one. That's from Menorca, no football, no nets. For Sussex Guide, 272. Giffen Bars, you've got London. Robert Rev, fantastic. How to get killed in a war zone. No, that's not it. That's not it. That's not a book, that's a DVD. Where are you? Your awesome book. Where are you? You are here somewhere. I know that. I can't find you. Is it? What's that one? Oh no, that's a Loneliness book. You know what? Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. The point is, the book inspired me to start it. Actually, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to Google it during my editing process and put the title, thumbnail up here, so you actually can see it and see the book. I got reminded today because actually it was not today, it was yesterday. Yesterday I got inspired to do it because I walked to the greenhouse. It's like a big charity shop. I forget which charity runs it. It's in East Worthing, near the border of Lancing. And I saw that book there. And I got reminded how I started reading that book and I said, yes, I can do this. But then I stopped reading to make this vlog. I suppose it's start. Now what the hell did I do with it? Amongst this one, is it? Nope. My current book, by the way, it's Gurkha. You know, those cheeky chappels from Nepal who for some reason like to join the British Army. Doesn't really say why in the book. Well, it gives some stupid story, but I don't believe that one. It seems a bit... Apparently, I'll tell you, apparently, when the British were invading Gurkha land, this officer, they captured an officer and apparently he said, I'm not going to run off, I'm not that type. And after that they decided to serve the white man. They said, you know what, we like these people, we're going to serve them. I don't know, I don't believe that story of course, it just sounds a bit, It's like the original plot to Willy Wonka and Chocolate Factory, where the Oompa Loompas were African pygmy tribesmen who just decided one day they would serve Willy Wonka. It's a bit weird. I don't believe it. It's silly. I can't believe people in the old days would make up stories like that and people just believe them. You know, someone would just say, "Ooh, you're smart, you're brave, let's serve you." And other people would hear those stories and they'd be like, "Yeah, that seems legit. That seems totally legit." I'm sure there's another story. Actually, if you do know, if you're a Gurkha, or you know someone a Gurkha, ask them. You might get a proper answer. Preferably better than the myth that is in the book I'm reading now. They're saying now I've only done 10 pages. Oh, bloody hell, I've been talking for about 20 minutes now. Actually, I think I should probably end this. It was only meant to be a short one tonight. But you know what? That's life. Sometimes when I talk, I don't stop. I think that's because I don't really say much normally. When I meet people, I'm very wary to say stuff and let them know who I truly am. I know, it's pathetic though. That's me. It's another good reason really for doing these vlogs, because I thought it might help me be more comfortable with who I am. I haven't really tested it with strangers and conversations, so we'll never know. Excuse me. But as it's been 20 plus minutes recording, don't know what it'll be in editing time, but my phone is saying I've been recording for 22 minutes and 50 seconds now. Excuse me again. So I'm going to finish this. I hope you're all well, and if you're watching, thank you. You're a legend for watching to this point, and stay saucy. Bye.